So guess what? There's a book out right now called Shattered. And it's about the Hillary Clinton campaign, and it's by two insiders. And here's where the Russia stuff comes from. So this is from that book. It says, the strategy had been set within 24 hours of her concession speech. Robbie Mook and John Podesta assembled her communications team at the Brooklyn headquarters to engineer the case that the election was entirely on the up and up.
No way.
For a couple of hours, with Shake Shack containers littering the room, they went over the script they would pitch to the press and the public. Already, Russian hacking was the centerpiece of the argument. Wow. So that's John Podesta, who would rather start World War III than admit he ran a shitty campaign. and they got Shake Shacks.
You know what is so beautiful about Hillary Clinton going down in flames is that we didn't even have to release information that wasn't true.
Wow. God bless Debbie Washington Schultz.
So get this, I was looking through WikiLeaks, and I found this thing from a guy named Peter Brodnitz. So he was a consultant, Top Line Results or whatever. So they did a poll, and he did research for the Hillary Clinton campaign. This is back in 2015. And so he submitted all this data. So they did all this research on people, and they did data. And you see that red line? It's going down to this little thing here. And what does that say? I'll tell you what, this is an internal document from the Hillary Clinton campaign. And wait till you hear what that says. That little section there says, Secretary Clinton's top vulnerability tested in this poll is the attack that claims as Secretary of State, she signed off on a deal that gave the Russian government control of 20% of America's uranium production after investors in the deal donated over $140 million to the Clinton Foundation. Her own internal document said that's her number one frickin' vulnerability, and it said half of all likely voters are less likely to support Clinton after hearing that statement, and 17% are much less likely to support her after that statement. After voters heard a battery of negatives on Secretary Clinton, their top concern was that she does not seem honest. That's where that Russian shit comes from. Because it was her vulnerability. And what do all frickin' crazy right-wingers do? They fucking hurl the accusation on you before you can accuse them of it. And that's exactly where it fucking came from. That's where this Russian shit comes from, because they did a deal for plutonium, and the Kremlin Associated Bank gave Bill Clinton $500,000. They gave the Clinton Foundation over $140. This is unbelievable, and no one talks about this. You turn on MSNBC, CNN, they will never tell you about this. Did you know about that, Ro?
I read about it.
You read about it.
Not in that detail.
No.